This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Florida's harmful algal bloom task force met in St. Petersburg yesterday and gave an update based on recent satellite images. Here's more from WMNF's Chris Young.
The task force was reactivated in 2019 by Governor Ron DeSantis to focus on strategies to research and control red tide. They're monitoring Karenia brevis, the organism responsible for red tide. Red tide occurs in the Gulf of Mexico and can irritate some people's skin and breathing and kill marine life. Florida is still experiencing a patchy bloom. Catherine Hubbard is the task force chair.
And it's been a very dynamic bloom, changing from day to day and week to week.
Satellite imagery from the University of South Florida shows a large reduction in the intensity of the bloom since it peaked after Hurricane Milton. But it also shows it extended along the coastline. It has moved south across the west coast of Florida as far as the Keys. The task force discussed red tide mitigation efforts, including further water testing along the coast. Chris Young, WMNF News.
A Florida House Democrat filed a bill related to religious expression in schools that included expanding a requirement for schools to post signs with the motto, "In God We Trust." Jacksonville Representative Kimberly Daniels filed the bill yesterday for consideration during the legislative session that will start next Tuesday. In 2018, lawmakers passed a measure that required school boards to adopt rules for display of the "In God We Trust" motto in all schools. But Daniels' bill, called HB 1009, would go further, requiring that the motto be displayed on a 22-inch by 28-inch poster board in a conspicuous location in each school library, cafeteria, gymnasium, and main office. The 2018 law noted that "In God We Trust" is the state motto. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis broke ground on a project in Ocala yesterday to expand the I-75 highway. The project is one of several parts in the governor's Moving Florida Forward initiative. DeSantis says the campaign to improve Florida's transportation is ahead of schedule.
I just think it's important to reflect this groundbreaking would have happened in like 2035 or 2036 had we not done our Moving Florida Forward initiative. And part of the reason we're able to do it is because we've had a strong economy. We've been wise with your money.
Florida's Department of Transportation received a budget of $4 billion for construction efforts related to the campaign in 2023. The budget is expected to increase to more than $68 billion for transportation investments over the next 5 years. About a dozen demonstrators gathered in front of St. Petersburg City Hall yesterday to mark 1 year since U.S. Airman Aaron Bushnell set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Here's more from WMNF's Josh Holton.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Aaron Bushnell shouted these words in the last moments before he passed away. Laura Rodriguez is with the Tampa Alliance Against Racism and Political Repression. She was arrested as part of the Tampa 5 in 2023. She said acts of protest have not been accepted by those in power.
Students protesting at the University of South Florida, having a sit-in or doing a hunger strike. Victoria Hinckley was expelled. Joseph Chari was deported. And to Aaron Bushnell, who self-immolated, no form of protest is valid under the U.S.
Rodriguez had her charges related to the protests that USF dropped. At the time, she was protesting about Florida laws that limited African American studies and diversity issues in schools. She said that several issues have mobilized different organizations in solidarity with groups like the American Indian Movement, Central Florida, and the Green Party of Florida showing support for Tuesday's action. For WMNF News, I'm Josh Holton in St. Petersburg.
It'll be partly cloudy and warm today with highs in the high 70s. Tonight, clear with overnight lows in the high 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warm with highs in the high 70s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.